Today I am ranking every episode of Murder Drones. And don't worry, this one was supposed to be a video from the start. Don't worry, none of my reviews will be painfully short, okay? Yeah, I'm just gonna jump to the chase. Let's just get into it. We're ranking every single episode. In last place, number 8 is Home. Yeah, if you've watched Murder Drones, you probably saw this coming. Home isn't great. I struggle to call it bad, just because, it's such a different episode compared to all of the other episodes of Murder Drones. Murder Drones is usually focused on the story, characters, and action. Meanwhile, this one is mainly just focused on backstory, characters, and the story itself. And while I don't think that's a bad pivot, I feel like they did it in a pretty bad way. Hell, episode 8 did something pretty similar in one scene. And it did it better than this entire episode did. This episode isn't bad. In fact, none of these episodes are bad. It's just the weakest one of all of the ones here. And it's just overall my least favourite. It's not awful, but it's just nothing special. Number 7, Heartbeat. Yeah, if you've watched Murder Drones, you probably saw these two coming from a mile away. Heartbeat could be better. It just focuses on one thing and tries to revolve the entire episode around it. I'll give Home some credit. At least it knew what it wanted to be. This one just had no idea what they wanted to do. And for the second episode of the show, that took over a year to make, I feel like that it just decided to rely too much on one cool idea and just overall sunk because of it. It's still not a bad episode, just nothing crazy. Number 6, Pilot. Oh boy, it does not feel right putting a pilot this low. Don't worry, you're not alone. But anyway, this episode does a really good job of introducing the world of Murder Drones. It just sets up the tone and the overall atmosphere super well. It introduces our characters well. It just introduces everything really well. However, because it's the first episode, it struggles from being, the first episode. It's still not a bad episode. In fact, none of these episodes are bad. But this one is just the weakest ones of the ones that are left. It's a good episode, and it's a really good starter for the series of Murder Drones. I just don't think it's anything insane. Number 5, Absolute End. Oh boy, it does not feel right putting the last episode of the entire series this low on the list, but everything above it, in my opinion, is better. It's because this episode struggles from one thing. It felt like it was being made before a business meeting. It felt like it was just rushed. It's still a really good episode. Oh wait, did I say 6 before this? I meant 5. But anyway, overall, I would say this is a really solid finale to Murder Drones. And while I think it's a good episode, I feel like that the episode before it outdoes it in pretty much every single way you cut it. And it's just overall a kind of rushed finale. Glitch, if you want to make a finale, make sure you take your time and don't rush it. Anyway, number 4, Dead End. This one is actually a really good one. The action's awesome. All of the characters are pretty much their finest. Tessa was actually a pretty good character. And it just had so much good action. Like, this episode, it's just overall really good. And also, the name Dead End just slaps. Number 3, Cabin Fever. Alright, we're in the final 3. And this one is incredible. On paper, it looks really simple. All of the characters are at a campsite. But, oh my god, this episode ended up exceeding everyone's expectations and actually ended up being good. The tone shifting, oh my god, this episode was just so good. Like, it went from being like a funny comedy to being like a dark action. It's a really good episode. And overall, one of the best of the series. However, there are 2 episodes that I think are slightly better, which is why this one cannot rank any higher. Number 2, The Promening. This one is often looked at as the fan favourite of all of the episodes of Murder Drones. And while I obviously don't think it's the best, I definitely see the argument for why people think it's the best. It's overall a really good episode. The tone shifting, all of the characters in this are almost at their best. Keyword there is almost. But anyway, the fight towards the end is absolute cinema. And it's just overall a fantastic episode. I definitely give this one a watch and don't skip it if you're watching Murder Drones. Number 1, Mass Destruction. This one was a no contest. Mass Destruction isn't only the best episode of Murder Drones, but it might be better than any of the episodes of The Amazing Digital Circus. This episode is just fantastic. It gives you a bit of backstory. The twist is well done. And I loved the battle at the end. Oh, you thought that the Promening's battle was absolute cinema? Oh no, you've seen nothing yet. This one is absolutely fantastic. Well, all of the action is fantastic. This one is absolutely incredible. All of the twists are well done. On the side plots, which don't feel like they're dragging anything. Like, it's just such a good episode. And the ending builds up so much suspense. I could go on and talk about this episode and why it's my favourite for hours. However, I don't have that amount of time. So we're going to have to go with it just that. But overall, Mass Destruction is overall my favourite episode of Murder Drones. But those are just my thoughts. I swear my video of me ranking all of the 2026 movies of how excited I am is almost finished. Please, just give me a little bit more time. But anyways, those are just my thoughts. What's Ready Player One's review is coming in this Saturday. So I hope you all are excited for it. But anyway, those are just my thoughts. As always, you can always have your own opinion. And I'll see you guys all next time.